Yo, today about to be reacting to car meats are cooked. Now, let me think about car meats because I ain't been to one in a minute. Just because of simple fact, the city got hot. The city got not hot as in hot outside, but the police be all over the place. There's always some chaotic stuff happening. Mm, then it's just not how it used to be, honestly. But no, let's see what he talking about when he say car meats are cooked.
I can't believe I have to make another video about this, but it seems like people still don't know how to act at car meets. I made a video a while ago about car meet etiquette, and a lot of y'all agree with what had to be said and left some of your own suggestions in the comments. So the list I made was definitely incomplete. If anything, it just seems like the list gets longer and longer and longer. We still have an epidemic of lawlessness and just general tomfoolery at automotive gatherings that just shows some people never had a belt put to their ass as a kid. Some of these people are still kids, but the clock is ticking. Y'all gotta learn how to move before y'all turn 18 and or start pulling up without your parents. And parents, y'all gotta get a hold of y'all's kids. With that being said, I think there's...
Okay, so look, for example, like at the last car meet that I was just at, me and my guy Jay, he brought his brother. I think I brought somebody. Yeah, my guy TJ. They both got Infinities. So in my city, Milwaukee, they like to use Infinities as strikers. So they was talking about, well, get this motherfucker. Whole time we eyeing their ass like they act like motherfuckers don't be having guns. Like we can't conceal the carry up. Like, bro, somebody gonna lose their life trying to steal a car.
A lot of unspoken rules that not too long ago went without saying.
What?
Kids. With that being said, look, I think there's...
Oh my God, that's hating. I'm a killer. You know what I do to a nigga punching my lamb?
A lot of unspoken rules that not too long ago went without saying. But now I feel like people need it spelled out for them. Let me know which unspoken rules y'all think need to be said out loud in the comments. And without further ado, roll the intro.
Hi guys, I'm Shmi and you're watching Vinstagram.
I'm starting off with the most controversial one that I feel like wasn't even controversial until we started all this respect all builds nonsense. If you pull up in regular traffic, I'm not saying you can't, but just don't park in the main lot. Like, I get that a lot of park and chill and cars and coffee style meets are improvised and allow entry to everyone, and that's cool. I genuinely think that's great for the diversity of the meet. Whether you have a $15,000 987 Cayman or a $1.5 million 918 Spider, you can park in the main lot. But it seems like there's been an uptick of regular traffic parking in the main lot far too often, and it's taken away spots from cooler.
What is that right there? This is obviously like a V6. My mama had this car.
Cayman or a $1.5 million 918 Spider, you can park in the main lot. But it seems like there's been an uptick of regular traffic parking in the main lot far too often, and it's taken away spots from cooler cars. I think what qualifies a car as cool can be very subjective, but I think at the very least the main lot should be reserved for enthusiast vehicles only. My enthusiast vehicle is not running right now, so I pull up the Cars and Coffee in my daily driver all the time. Do I park my daily driver in the parking lot in which the event is taking place? No. If you even have to ask yourself, is my vehicle an enthusiast vehicle, you probably know the answer deep down.
Hey, I mean, okay, that definitely makes sense, because it's like, all right, speaking of that last car meet we just went to, it was a lot of street cars in that. When I say street cars, I mean daily drivers. If we walk through, this shit ass, on to the next spot, you know what I'm saying? I agree with that. Definitely parking in different
Chevy Malibu with some stickers or a Nissan Altima with a bunch of BS AutoZone mods is not an enthusiast vehicle. I know people like lifted trucks and stuff, but a bone stock base 1500 is not an enthusiast vehicle. It's okay. Okay, so let me correct myself real quick.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it.
Don't worry about it, bro.
Base 44.
Bone stock, like older trucks, generally are enthusiast vehicles, though. I will say, like, there are a lot of people who look for very clean old Ram trucks, Chevy square bodies, Ford F100s and F150s and stuff like that. I understand the appeal behind those because a lot of those are used for work, and they don't end up being very clean after 20 years, 30 years plus of use. So yeah, finding those trucks super clean is something that is genuinely a hobby. I know people who strictly just like,
man, I'm not even being racist. Them Mexicans be throwing them motherfuckers together. Like, boy, I love them trucks
and stuff like that. Like, if you pull up in a clean OBS Chevy, you're for sure gonna make somebody's day. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about dudes with like trucks that were made within the past 10-15 years that like are literally just bone stock and like have nothing done to them. Nobody wants to see a lot of just trucks just sitting out there. You might as well go to a dealership at that point. It's not like you can't come to the meet without a car. I know a kid who used to Uber to the meet just to spectate and hang out. I'd be damned if I was him and I waste Uber money to pull up to a parking lot full of straight pipe 328i's. In general, it just seems like car meets are becoming overcrowded these days, to the point that hypercars are getting turned around, and this is for sure one of the culprits.
We don't got no cars like this in the city.
Most of a lot of these open car meets were never trying to be super exclusive or anything, but at one point not too long ago, the car scene was exclusive just because it was on an if you know, you know type basis. So that way you had to know a car guy who felt like, okay, he's also a car guy, so I'm gonna tell him about this event. He has a cool car, so he's gonna come. But after a while, as car culture grew on the internet, more and more spectators started to attend these events, and that's okay as long as you're not parking in the main event space with a regular everyday vehicle. And it kind of sucks because with the public standing that a lot of these events have, it's kind of difficult to like turn people around because their car isn't cool enough. And I feel like too many people get their feelings hurt when they get told to go.
If they enjoy the culture, let them come around. For you to turn somebody around because that car ass, that's fucked up. But hey, that all could be avoided if you park in the right parking structure.
To the spectator lot. And then that sucks because if an entire crew of regular traffic makes it to the meet before all the cool cars, the spectator lot ends up being full of like Lambos, rare JDM cars, like old classic American cars and stuff like that should have been in the meet, but there's like Chevy Malibus, Nissan Altimas, and like minivans in the main parking lot. So really the only way it works to like really curate a good selection of cars that are gonna be in the lot is if you just have a show and like make people pay for entry. But I think before you leave the house, everybody should take an honest look at their car and be like, is my car cool enough to be on the front line in the main lot? At the end of the
I think my car cool enough to be on the front line. Not the front line. It's cool enough to be in the lot, you know what I'm saying? Nice little body on it.
Meet is a place where people pull in, get out of their car, and go look at other cool cars. There are always a few cars that nobody really turns their head for, but if that was the entire car meet, then what was the point of having the meet if you can just go check out any random parking lot? Because if everybody's car is special, then nobody's is. Don't peel off leaving meets. This isn't a solid rule at every meet. Sometimes car meets are positioned on a property that's off in the cut on a road that nobody comes down, so it doesn't really matter. But I promise you, there's so much more to lose than you have to gain by pulling out like that at a car meet. Check this out.
Oh, that bitch is so clean. Oh no. Oh. That motherfucker is clean.
This actually happened at my local Cars and Coffee. I was probably only like 200-300 feet away when it actually happened, but I just wasn't at the curb to see it go down. Here's a picture I took of that exact car. You can check out my portfolio at the link in the description, as well as on my Instagram. The link is also in the description for that as well. But y'all see that? Bro almost crashed a $500,000 car because some kids on the curb egged him on. It's never worth it. Like, hear me out. Let's say you absolutely send it and pull off a successful power slide. What do you gain? A little bit of respect from the kids yelling at you to send it, a cool video clip that people will forget about in about 2 days. But what do you lose if you actually spin out and hit the curb? This video has almost 400 views, but I guarantee if he actually smacked that curb, it would have had 400,000. So now your literal investment, your very traceable collector's car, is going viral because of damage being dealt by the current owner due to misuse. Not to mention you're risking a ticket if there's cops around, and probably an insurance claim if you don't go and repair it yourself. Either way, it's gonna be terribly expensive. You're costing yourself a 5-figure amount of money for not even 10 seconds of misuse time. Obviously not everybody's car is worth $500,000, but this does go for everybody. I'm sure if what you can afford is a $50,000 car, it kind of sucks.
They put a canoe on the Mustang and lowered the Mustang. This is an interesting car. This is an interesting Mustang right here, bro.
Because of a bad decision. If you can only afford a $5,000 car, it sucks to lose like $1,200 because you let some kids on the curb egg you on. You either gain some shit that nobody will care about in 48 hours, or you become locally known for smacking a curb and being a terrible driver. The more expensive the car, the more views you're getting, and the more photos you're getting taken with your front clip just buried in the side. It may not be a rule at every meet, but it's
suspension up in that bumper. That bumper itself gonna be a ticket.
It is common courtesy, even if it is just to save your own ass. And if it's on a main road or in a residential area, yeah, it's certainly a no-go. That kind of stuff just attracts unwanted police attention and puts the meet under scrutiny from neighbors. If you enjoy that meet in its current state how it is, I'd wait until you get a reasonable distance away and even still use reasonable discretion. I feel like I had some negative IQ people and some 0.5 GPA people in my comments that were on my ass about this the last time, but follow the rules of the meet. If the meet says no revving, no burnouts, no drinking.
I hate when people do this shit. Okay, speaking of the last car meet was they end up doing the burnout. Nick, the police was waiting on us. Like when I tell you the city is hot, the city is hot. They had a whole squad unit just waiting, just in a whole other parking lot because we by the lake. The police just sitting in the other parking lot waiting. And this dumbass gonna do a burnout. Then police coming. Woo woo. We gotta run to our car, get gone before we get a fucking ticket. The police caught them niggas though, but bro, them niggas revving his engine. I mean, I guess it's cool, but it's like you're not supposed to do that. That defeats the whole purpose. Now you just wasted all our time. Now
No
we gotta
smoking,
relocate.
no jerking off. Don't do it. Y'all are acting like y'all don't have free will, like they're forcing you to be at their meet. Go start your own meet and enforce your own rules or lack of rules, and there won't be any issue. The thing is, you'll quickly find out, number one, how hard it is to secure the lot, that some of these rules are enforced by the owner of the lot, not by the organizer of the meet. So y'all are getting mad at the organizers for absolutely no reason. Sometimes they don't like the rules either, but it's the best lot they can find, and so they abide by the rules. You're just shooting the messenger. And you'll also find out how much of an effect your event has on the community when you get 20 noise complaints in 2 hours. You're getting sued because you didn't even think you would need insurance and a business structure for your car meet. Somebody just got ran the hell over because you didn't enforce any rules, and the cops want you shut down because people are speeding and driving recklessly.
The sad part about this is I don't even think this guy was promoting it.
Because that's the kind of culture you promote at your meet. The crazy part is a lot of these rules aren't even super uptight. Y'all are just tripping. Don't speed through the lot. Don't do burnouts. How hard is it just to pull up and park? Don't rev your engines. Okay, that rule kind of sucks, and I've seen organizers selectively enforce that rule, even though they don't want to enforce it at all. But neighboring businesses and local residents, they don't want to have to deal with a 370Z revving it out at 7 a.m. I'm personally not trying to hear a straight pipe 350Z at any time of the day. If you truly wish to understand why rules exist at a car meet, I would recommend seeing how you can get involved and volunteer at a car meet or car show, and you'll see how much organization and how much money goes into organizing these events for the community, and how much is at risk if you don't keep your guests under control. Last thing I'm gonna say on this topic is act like you know where you are. This goes for adults as well, but I've seen so many teenagers just running around like the car meet is a playground or a petting zoo or something. Running around, trying to touch cars, begging owners to get in their car and rev it. One time I was at this meet and this
I ain't seen that before. That's some different shit right there.
The V12 Vantage.
Ain't nobody getting in my car revving shit. No.
Looked a bit annoyed, but this group of like 5 kids came up to him and kept badgering him about revving his car. So he finally caved in and let him rev it. And this one kid was going overboard, bouncing it off the rev limiter for Snapchat. Me and my brother were just sitting there like feeling secondhand embarrassment the whole time. I was a teenager at car meets once, and I never had to beg people to let me sit in their cars. I barely even had to ask. Sometimes I'd ask, and sometimes they'd let me start it up. But I was a sensible kid. I knew how to act even when my parents weren't around, and owners would often let me sit in their cars without even asking. If you're a teenager and you feel like I'm trying to talk down on you, I'm really not trying to be like that.
No, he tell y'all clean up your fucking action, because a little respect can go a long way. If you had a little respect and a little self-control, you wouldn't have to ask. It'll be offered, and hey, yeah.
Still remember going to car meets as a kid. Matter of fact, my YouTube channel won't let me forget. I have a ton of videos still up from those meets. But here's the thing, y'all are about to be adults soon enough, and the grace that people give y'all now won't be given when y'all turn 18, when you're 21. And that's gonna roll up a lot faster than you think. Time flies a lot faster to older people, and when you're 18, they're gonna look at you like an adult, but they're still gonna remember you as that annoying ass 16-year-old with no home training. Maybe I need to be the first person to tell y'all this, but don't let the internet trick y'all into thinking you can just move about life without caring what anyone thinks about you. I think we can assign a certain weight to certain people's opinions based on their actions and what you think of them, but that goes both ways.
I agree with him to a certain extent. You should care about how you carry yourself, but don't let the thought of the people dictate what you got going on or how you feel, you know? Kind of on the road.
Taught me anything throughout my teenage years, it was how to move and network throughout spaces where people were significantly older than me. And because I knew how to behave myself and be respectful, they don't remember me as a crash out. They don't remember me as some unruly kid who was never gonna amount to anything. There are people who I met when I was 15, 16, 17 who are twice my age now who I still have business relationships with. There are people who I've met through the car community where when a job pops up pertaining to my skill set, I'm the first person they think of. I'm not saying you should think of the car community as a networking tool. It's primarily
it definitely could be a networking tool. It definitely could.
That we can have fun. This is a hobby at the end of the day, but I do think that how you carry yourself in public, even at a car event where all the other teenagers are running around and yelling at owners to rev their cars and all that, how you carry yourself still carries weight for you and the people you associate with. That's my 2 cents on that. Y'all can take it or leave it. Whether you choose to heed my warnings or not still does not change the fact that it affects you whether you like it or not. As for the adults who still like to act like children, I'm on y'all's ass now. Because most of the fighting, the degeneracy, the lawlessness, the havoc,
cheeseburger and a quarter pounder, and they fighting for a quarter pounder and a Diet
generally
Coke
comes from people who are old enough to drink. Number one, how the hell are y'all fighting at car meets? What could possibly be so deep that you feel the need to throw
my car is better than yours? At
the car meet? I remember somebody had an AR and an NSX at a car meet in California once. Like, for what? Then we're stealing cars out the parking lot at a car meet, and in 2025 we're still doing takeover.
Whoa, I seen this video.
and littering and doing burnouts in the lot. At what point are we gonna start disowning this side of the car scene? That's really not even part of the car community. And then there's no way that we're still making this girl rich.
So I was about to talk about the girl, like the Jelly Beans girl that does the where she jumps on the cars and stuff, but honestly, I haven't seen her in a hot minute, so I really don't have any complaints about that. It seems like she's not really doing car content anymore, so I don't really have anything to say about it.
Honestly, car girls getting involved in the car scene only to push their OnlyFans on car guys is an entirely different topic for an entirely different video. I'm not even trying to make that video. I really don't want that kind of smoke. Let me know if y'all want to see that.
That's actually crazy. But no, let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. What are some rules that y'all think people should abide by? What are y'all some rules that y'all think are bullshit, you know? Or when the last time you been to a meet, did you enjoy it? Now, me personally, I didn't really enjoy the last. It was cold outside, and we got that meet ended pretty fast because they was doing burnouts and revs. But no, I'm probably gonna vlog my next time I do go to a car meet though. But let me know what y'all think down in the comments below, and I'm gonna catch you niggas in the next one. Yes, sir.